worked on this, but regardless, hello.
Let's begin, shall we?
Hello there. No sound. Oh no. Did you mute your tab? Yeah, try turning it off and turning it back on again. Alright, we are going to get into our movie puzzle and try to keep our streak going. Ready, set, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Avengers Endgame. So this could be just about anyone. We'll come back to it. Jackie Brown. So it's not Pam Grier. It's not Robert De Niro. It's not Samuel L. Jackson. It's not Michael Keaton. Naughty Dog. I love that quote. Yeah. I tell it to people all the time. That is one of my all-time favorite quotes. Everyone has a plan till they get punched in the face. We'll come back to Jackie Brown, see if we can think about it. Michael Corleone. That is the one and only Al Pacino. From Dusk Till Dawn. Salma Hayek? Alright, I think this first name is going to be Michael. Greed, for lack of a better word, is good. So it's going to be Michael Douglas. Academy Award winner 79, we'll come back to. And then Beautiful Mind, I think this one, Paul Bettany. I think my ish works now. Nice. I'm glad it works. So I'm pretty sure the first name is going to be Michael. And then working on the second part. Rad. Hi, hello. Welcome in. How is your day going? Michael, it might be Michael Douglas. Grand Budapest Hotel. Yeah, I'm like 90% sure it's Michael Douglas. Road to Perdition. Would be Tom Hanks, Paul Newman. In his final performance, we don't have a Rad Command? Maybe we don't. It, I don't know. Major, you're in charge of making a Rad Command. Amazing. Black Swan will be Mila Kunis. Kunis. Major's ahead of the game. Barton Fink. Starts with S. Oh man, it's been so long since I've seen that. I know it's got John Goodman, and I know it's got... What's his name? The guy who played Jesus in The Big Lebowski. I don't know. John Turturro. That's who I was thinking of. It's not who that is, but yes, that is who I was thinking of. Well done, team. Oh, Salma Hayek, S.A. Alright, so Avengers Endgame was Jeremy Renner. Okay. We might have gotten there eventually. Bridget Fonda. Yeah, always forget she's in that movie. Was the last one? Yeah, it might have been Steve Buscemi. Yeah, it was. Maggie Smith for Oscar winner and Sally Field for Oscar winner, and then yeah, Steve Buscemi. Barton Fink's like all the weirdos of the '90s in Hollywood. Steve Buscemi, John Turturro, they got them all. Now, I actually don't know the answer to this. Is Bridget Fonda the daughter of Jane Fonda or Peter Fonda? Okay, Peter Fonda, niece of Jane Fonda. So you got three generations of Fondas as actors. Yeah, Henry Fonda, amazing actor. He has a very interesting career because so many of his roles throughout his career was playing like the good guy. Like he was the one juror in 12 Angry Men who is against the verdict and all that stuff. And then 1968, he plays one of the all-time great bad guys in Once Upon a Time in the West. Brad, what are you trying to do? And then, of course, Henry Fonda's son, Peter Fonda, was best known probably for Easy Rider and some of his stuff in the 60s, continued to act throughout his life. And then, obviously, Jane Fonda, who's been in a ton of stuff and continues to be. And she's hilarious in a lot of comedies. Oh, and while I'm here, I meant to tell you this earlier, Major. Um, so earlier, Major sent me a reel on Instagram. I feel like this one's safe enough to talk about. Some behind the scenes of Ludwig Göransson and how he came up with the theme for The Mandalorian. And it's kind of interesting because, does it say when he was born? 1984. So he's 41. My contribution made the stream. Yes. Yeah, so he's 41 years old and he already has 3 Oscar wins and they are consecutive. Oh, I thought they were consecutive. No, they broke a year. So he won for the score for Black Panther, and then he won for Oppenheimer 5 years later, and then he won for Sinners this past year, which is 2 years later. So he already has 3 wins. That is the same number as John Williams, which is wild. Um, But the other part of it, with The Mandalorian and Grogu coming out this year, that score is not going to be eligible for an Academy Award because it's based on pre-existing material. So, no matter how interesting or cool of a score he's able to make for it, it's not going to be Oscar eligible. But the one for the Odyssey probably will be, and I have a feeling the Odyssey is going to be nominated for quite a few Academy Awards. I want to make sure I'm right about that. He should compose it all because he could. Okay, so John Williams has 5 Oscars. And he is like 90? No, he's 94. I was underselling him. He could compose it all on the kazoo and he'd still make it awesome. But yeah, John Williams has like a million nominations, but he's only won 5. So Ludwig Göransson could catch up to him. Nominee, 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 nominee. John Williams' last win was 1994 for Schindler's List for Best Original Score. Okay, he did win for the original Star Wars. He won for Jaws. Fiddler on the Roof. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I find some of that stuff interesting, so I don't know. We got off track. It's fine. What? Do people actually expect us to read and write on the reading and writing stream? So now on to the reading and writing part of the reading and writing stream. Alright, we did our puzzle. Now, hopefully on to some writing and such. So, previously on reading and writing, we had Margaret and Helene. They followed the fox. The fox led them to the dock. Helene explored the dock. Found a hunter, so she put 2 and 2 together and thinks that's where they are keeping the abducted witches. Margaret's scared of the witches, or of the hunters, so she doesn't want to go. And then when we left off, Margaret and Helene are having a conversation that is driving the wedge between them about what each of them really wants. Fox and Docks? Was he wearing socks? Maybe in a box. Wearing long. Hi, Liv. Hello. How are you doing? How was your stream? Cozy Cabin Raid. Excellent. Welcome in. You're just in time. We finished our movie puzzle and we are starting up, trying to pick up writing where we left off last week. Liv, that seems like a very early or late stream for you. But anyway, hi, hello, welcome in everyone. Hope y'all are having a great week so far. Okay. Early stream, traveling at the moment for work, so had to kind of pre. Okay, that makes sense. It's been a mission to figure out timings. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like whenever I travel, like, all of my timing with everything gets so messed up, especially because I usually go across time zones, and so, yeah, it's tough. But have spent the last couple of hours hanging out in the Discord while writing. Nice. All the time zones. Exactly. Yeah, traveling regionally, so internet connection is too dodgy to stream live. Okay. But we're making it work. Alright, I need to figure out what happens next. Ah, okay, 40 minutes, see if I can magic up the code to work my countdown timer to automatically switch the words chat time and focus time based on which timer is active, so I don't have to keep manually switching the overlays in OBS. Good luck. Battle Chi. Hi, hello, welcome in. Um, we are just starting up the writing, and I'm trying to figure out how to progress this scene to get it to where I need it to go. There are timers available on Steam, some for, ooh, nice. So I'm also thinking maybe this doesn't happen at night, but maybe after this they head back to just the outpost and have this conversation. And then maybe it ends up unresolved. Yeah, that might work. Everyone's getting shout outs. Raiders, please let Major Whiskey know if you stream, and she will give you a shout out. Okay, yeah, I think we just need to change this. Yeah, of course, no worries, Rebecca. So what did we call it? Workspace? Something like that? Workspace. Look at that. Spell shop? No, that's a different place. Alright, so they're not going to be lined together in bed. Okay, gonna get stuck into my morning, but hope they're ready. Alright, Liv. Yeah, thank you again for the raid, and thanks for hanging out and lurking. We're gonna make this late day. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, that's part of the Fiddy lore I guess not everyone knows about. Um, yeah, when I originally started streaming, it was with Genshin Impact, and I think Major wrote up that lurk message. I'm not blaming her. I can completely condone it, endorse it, whatever. Yeah, when we started up again, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna leave that. It's fine. I had a screenwriting professor who is adamant about only ever using day, night, and slug lines. He insisted you don't need anything else. Yeah, I I subscribe to the notion you want to be as specific as possible. And with this scene, so we had all the previous scenes happening. So a lot has happened during the day here. And so I want to make it clear that we're not just still in the day, but enough time has passed that it's late in the day, it's starting to get near night. So I like being specific as possible with that stuff. Yunsu, hi, hello, welcome in. The people demand redactyl. Did he write interior? Ah, no. Why is it not? Sorry. Did he write interior, big windows, restaurant, New York, day, setting, sun? Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the other way you could do it is just write day and then in the description make it clear that it's later in the day. But I feel like if I put it in the slug line, I that's one less thing I need to address in the text. Major edited the lurk. Okay. Yeah, he'd always say that's what actually. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I prefer late. Yeah, like I said, I prefer specificity. All right. Let me get Redactyl up, and then I'll look into it, Major. New game, daily puzzle, team up. All right, there is Redactyl. I'm going to try to fix the command thing. See, it's easier for me because I can look at other instances. Think that would do it. Lurk. Is that what you wanted, Major? All right. We did it! And then I also want to add... Why are these... These do not seem to be in order. Any sort of order. Alright. Confirm. Okay. I wanted to edit another command while I was in there.
Hey, Peter Parker. You got something for me?
Major, thank you for gifting the sub to Rad, so he does not have to be put in ad jail. Alright, so we got that fixed. You want your lead in text to be short, not complex, part where... Yeah. Yep. Okay. Who puts their ads at 1/3? I don't know. Alright. How are we doing on Redactyl, team? This is not an author challenge. This is just the daily. So there are over 5,000 types of whatever this might be. People just put on that auto ad manager and like to torture their viewers. Alright, Major. An enzyme. Enzyme. Interesting. Let me see. I'm kind of curious. Okay. Struggled a bit on that one. Alright. I'm gonna set up another one. We'll see what happens. Team up! Alright, we have a second Redactyl article. Author's challenge? Sure. Encyclopedic knowledge about really random things? I don't know, these just kind of click for me most of the time. Wait, China was mentioned? Oh, for the randomly generated URL. Yeah, I see it now. Fitty, read the snail. Fitty 4 stinks. Rad. Yep, you got me. Alright, Major's back. Welcome back, Major. It appears chat is struggling. And right when I say that, someone will figure it out. Show Major. So, Rad told me to read what the snail says. And it says 54 stinks. He got me. Oh, yeah. You got philosophical concept. You're getting close. I was wondering if you were ever going to be able to spell that one right. Major does not like redactyl. There you go. You're spelling tolerance a lot of different ways. So we got the paradox of tolerance. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's something that I don't know why exactly I was thinking about it, but it came up recently. Um, but basically, the paradox is if you believe in complete tolerance, you believe in letting everyone believe what they believe in. But if that extends to people who are intolerant, should you be tolerant of that? And so it kind of becomes a paradox that if you're completely tolerant of all people, it'll end up destroying tolerance because of intolerance. Yeah, it has to be intolerant of intolerance. Yeah, and that's kind of the paradox part of it, Rebecca. Showing intolerance to those who are intolerant then inherently makes you intolerant. Lives in America, doesn't know why paradox of tolerance. Yeah. Yeah, it's obviously something that has been discussed, but why it specifically popped in my head, like, again this week. But yeah, it's definitely come up in the context of America, especially over the last 2 years, and then, 4 years before that. Yeah, that's kind of the end idea of the paradox is like the only way to have a completely tolerant society is to keep out anyone who is intolerant. USA needs to show the door to their intolerant. Yeah. Yeah, but it goes like the paradox of freedom, paradox of democracy. It's kind of all wrapped into same thing. Tolerance of freedom of speech. If you ever want to lose faith in democracy, you have a 10-minute conversation with Paradox of the Pair of Docs. There you go. Yeah, so I found that interesting. So, yeah. That was our double hitter of Redactyl for today. Dock Martens or docks you put your boats in? We're going back to some docks that are wooden structures over the water. Everyone's got their puns about paradoxical. Love paradoxes, oftentimes they're not as paradoxical as they'd have you believe. Yeah. Doctor Who docs. We got many paradoxical. Yeah, we could. You'd have two docs for a pair of docs. Boats are happier in pairs. But what about the pairs? Alright. Then I think Catamaran. Yeah, catamarans are kind of... They're not two boats necessarily, but they do have kind of two main structures and then the like net in the middle. We beat docks in your pairs. Oop, nope, we don't need that again. Two hulls, that's two boats in my book. Are we going to have another drawn diagram of what constitutes a boat after our what constitutes a sandwich last week versus a ravioli? Furiously. I wonder if we should introduce Cora earlier. I don't know. No, we refer to you to Blues Clues and the Will It Flow segments. Introduce you to all kinds of boats. I don't know that I've ever seen an episode of Blues Clues. Plastic straw, for example, floats, thus boat. Major is a die-hard friend of Steve. The man is a saint. If Major is a friend, he must be good people's. You have a 26-year-old and a 22. They were raised on Blue's Clues. Okay. Yeah, I think it popularized kind of after I was past it. Steve's brother just wasn't the same as Steve. Nope. Cora is someone. We need to figure out who Cora is at some point. After you were too old for it, but not survived long enough for parents of today's kids, they're instead subjected to Bluey shudders. Yeah, I think my nieces and nephews watch some Bluey. Well, the younger ones do. No, we probably want a guide. The ultimate San Francisco for modern luxury? We don't hate on Bluey in this house. You have two goddaughters that love the show. Oh man. Yeah, no. Nope. Yeah, Regeneration has their TV homies. No. Alright, maybe we do just want a map. No, we want an image of a map, not a Google map. Open image in new tab. Okay, so they were up at Fisherman's Wharf, near the wharf. Fitty in downtown? I don't see that. Am I missing something? To the right? By the bridge. Oh. Financial district in downtown. Okay, yeah. No, I feel like Yoon when he's playing GeoGuessr. But I feel like I found that a lot quicker than he finds stuff. You yeah, you do try. It's just sometimes it's tough when like I've started. I feel like I've gotten good at realizing like what I need to tell you to get you to where you need to be. Red has returned. Welcome back. He's learning to speak the Yunsu. Yeah, we'll say the Presidio. So SE IDI. Okay. Mariners. Hi, hello. Welcome in. How's your day going? Your day's been good? My day has been pretty good, yeah. I can't complain. I got to work from home today. So I had my email open. Major and I might have played some Fortnite instead. So, yeah, pretty good overall. Sage. Hello, Sage. How are you doing? You can't hear me? Can... She's still at the gym? Gym being fancy. Okay. Oh, so she just doesn't have like earpods in or has me muted. It's not an issue on my end. Got it. I don't remember having a homie, but when I was little, we had Sesame Street in play school, but I didn't connect with Big Bird or Teddy Bear. I mean, maybe Arch Window, probably not recognized. Chess since play school was also. Yeah, that I don't recognize. Sage is getting swole. What? Sage, are you turning into... Oh, what's his name? There was a comedian in the 90s, Gallagher, who would go on stage with a watermelon and slam it with a mallet. Sage 50 wants us to tell you that he stinks. Sage wants thunder thighs. Big old watermelon whoppers. uh, yeah. Enjoy all those squats and not being able to walk right the next day. How many victory? We didn't get any wins today. We finished top 5 in all of our matches, though. Super, I mean, Grover is cool. Burn area was scary, but Gray Shook. Cookie Monster is definitely relatable. The Count. Except he did numbers. Numbers are evil. Too many sweat. Yeah. Time 5 out of 5. Woo. Who's to say I'd walk right the next day? Fair enough. Numbers are evil. I can only count to 21 when I'm naked. Oh. Yep, Major's reaction is correct. Give me my band now. Theoretically, if you're doing so right, it'll help you walk right eventually. That's what my physio says about working my core, hip alignment, improve my lower spine. Yeah. Glad you can count that high. Can count to 22. Imagine what the Marvel movies would be like if the writers had to deal with chat whilst writing. Totally normal fight scene that a watermelon just comes down and hits one. Oh, that reminds me. Is Yun still here? Yoon still here? Sorry. Trying to get better about trying to pronounce it what I think is the right way. Yoon, are you still here? Perhaps that's a maybe. Okay. No, he posted something in his Discord earlier that I meant to follow up something with him on, but it is not vital. He left because you won't let him redeem or redact. Yeah, probably. He's like, I can only redeem one redactyl. I'm just gonna redeem it and leave. Nah, I know he needs to uh, go to sleep early because he has to wake up early for work. Wonders if anyone would actually notice, care, judge if I don't bother to brush my hair before stream today. Goes to brush hair anyway, because part of it is being a full-grown human, theoretically. Rid addict. Yeah, I always brush my hair in the morning because otherwise it's going like 5 different directions, but I have a feeling I have a lot less hair to brush than you do. I will still refuse to make my bed. Yeah, I never make my bed. How much hair do you have? Only counting what's on your head. Oh, yeah. Usually I keep my hair fairly short on the sides and the back, so it's only like half an inch to an inch. And then on top, my hair is a couple inches long. Say 3 or 4 inches. So I have a decent amount of hair, but not tons. Yeah, Major has a lot of hair. I do need a hairbrush because my hair is super thick, so it likes to do its own thing. Is it true for the next collab you'll have a mohawk? Um, no, I had a mohawk in college, and I'm no longer in college, so I don't think I should have a mohawk anymore. Peaky Blinders cut. Yeah, I'd have to like shave down the sides and the back and keep the top the same length. Faux hog, Northern California, bruh. Yeah. You have to leave your hair down, which you hate, show people what hair can look like. It's not as long as some. Inch or two below shoulders. Okay. Mookie. Hi. Hello. How are you doing? Yeah, growing up, because my hair was so thick and I always played sports, I basically always had a buzz cut. Because it was just so much less to deal with. Getting the purple back. Interesting. All is well at the newspaper office, waiting for reporters' stories to edit. Nice. Hot off the press. Mariners. No lies and slander. That is lies and slander. I have never played Brain Rot. Yeah. Yeah, haircuts are a lot more expensive than I remember. I bought clippers of my own for like 20 bucks at Target and I cut my own hair. Got a bit of room to include page 8. No. No, Mariners. No. You should do a goal for it. You're at 90% toward the goal of 12 hour. Uh, mm, nah. I'm good doing 2 hour streams at a time. Don't encourage it, Mookie. It's what the. Ugh. Uh, uh, mm, I don't know about that, Mariners. I don't know if that's what the people want. Start goal of a 4 hour stream. See, I probably have enough to do a longer stream if I played all the games that I play on my own on stream instead. But I don't know. I like to take breaks, and yeah, it's a lot. Life is totally lost when it comes to memes. So when some of the kids in one of the dorms she manages starts writing 6-7 on those whiteboards in other kids' dorms, she asked me if it was a threat. uh so the games that I play, as Major mentioned, we play 40s. I play Marvel Rivals as well, and then Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail as well. So I got a couple of games that I play. Okay, yeah, so I probably would have watched that. Fair enough. Not that I hate those games, just they wouldn't get me absorbed. Yeah. We are scintillating in Fortnite. Although I was surprised to get absorbed watching my daughter stream the Tamagotchi game yesterday. Fortnite! Yeah. Major is a loot goblin and I am a questor. Yeah. Yep. Son and I played way back when we wrote our game night trilogy based on real gameplay. Nice. Oop. Oh wow. We are well over an hour into stream. Um, Speaking of 50 needs to take many breaks over stream, I'm going to take a quick break and I will throw up some words on stream for anyone that would like to play. Sun is the one who carries us, and I gather that things get knocked down a lot in need. Rezzing all the time. Great at finding awesome landing sites. Nice. Oh, did Major post her hair in Discord? All right. I'm starting up. Uh, there will be letters. You make words of the letters. You type them in chat. Yeah. I'll be back shortly. Major's in charge. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm back.
Amazing job, chat. Well done, everyone. Major with the hard carry, with the gold. Naughty Dog, Mariners, Mookie, Rebecca, and I helped. I was there. I was barely, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you just get unlucky with the words. It's fine. Alright, so let's try to get some words going, because right now I think we're at like 10 words for the stream. Oh my god, the time! Panics and goes does the things. Sorry. It's not me, it's chat. Okay, so Helene and Margaret were having a conversation. Emiko comes back. Helene tells her they found them. Okay, that's what I need to get to. Um, what did we use earlier? Hesitant. Oh, nope, not a W, a Q. Not an A and S. Not... we are just... Letters all in the wrong place. Question. So she looks from Helene to Margaret for confirmation. That. So Emiko looks from Helene to Margaret to verify. She nods. No, we're gonna have Cora say that. We have another person in the room. We might as well just have them say the line. Yeah, that works better. Alright, we need to go back to Kitsune in Japanese magic. Their type of yokai. I thought in one of our familiars, that's what it was. Alright. Sorry, it's taken me a second to try to figure out how to explain something that I am still trying to piece together in my head how it works. If that makes sense. Alright, Major. Alright, Rebecca. Yeah, no worries. Get stuff done that you gotta get done. Okay. As long as they're... Maybe Naughty Dog. Maybe. Alright, I'm probably gonna have to edit that later, but that's just all of it. As just a lore dump in the middle of the conversation. So they're incredibly powerful spirits. They've existed as long as anyone knows. Some stay in the forest, others took to people. All witches from Japan have a kitsune familiar. the one thing I needed to convey about the Kitsune, I didn't. um, so we also need to say that they can possess people. What did it say? Hmm. So what I'm kind of struggling with is if we describe them as being incredibly powerful, I don't know that the description we follow with paints them as especially powerful. For looking like me earlier today researching Colorado bear hunting laws for my screenplay now. Yeah, it's sometimes strange the stuff that you end up looking up. Stories are sometimes guides, sometimes tricksters. Stories of Kitsune Isuki. Hiking stories are sometimes guides through forests or mountains, other times Major's back! Welcome back, Major. Is that the word I want to use? Not confirmed dubious, just dubious. Okay. So, sometimes I get stuck in conversations where I'm like, ooh, I could add this. Ooh, I could add this. I could ask this question. I wonder what this character thinks of this. But at some point, I have to just be like, all right, I laid out all the information I think I needed to lay out. Need to move on to the next scene. Yeah, I feel like most writers probably have a little bit of that in them.
I like this one.
Hi, hello, welcome in. Colleague Charles, how are you doing? Screenplay writing! Oh, no worries. Yeah, I think I've seen you over in Unstream, but yeah, no worries. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out. Started late, ended early. Best advice I got for writing covers. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's in a lot of the screenwriting books that I read as well. Friends! Yay! There's no E in that word. How would you say that? Something like, I still have to get stuff done, still have to get things ready for tonight. For tonight. Okay, thank you, Major. Yeah, I think that is where we end it for tonight. Okay, so basically we made them break up. I don't like it. But we had to do it. But next time, oh, next time's gonna be rough. We're gonna be writing probably some action. So that's going to be interesting, because sometimes I feel like I'm good with action, sometimes I get either like way too wordy or not clear enough, so it's tough finding that middle ground. But we got some words tonight, even though we got off to a kind of slow start, which is fine. We had some good conversations. Yeah, some of this we already... I guess that is kind of where we started, even though we wrote a little bit more than that. 440, so... Yeah, and we kind of had to rewrite some of this scene, so some of this is included in it too, so... We'll say 450, we'll round up. But, yeah, that is going to be stream for today. Yeah, we'll go right over to Author Christie. Oh, wait, I'm gonna cancel. We have an ad running. So we'll wait till that finishes, just in case. Alright, everyone's back. Now we're gonna start a raid. Thank you everyone stopping by, hanging out, chatting, lurking, all the stuff, all the things. I appreciate it. I will be back on Thursday, pick up with more of writing, and like I said, we'll be getting into some action sequences and some, yeah, rescuing of witches. Major put in our raid messages if you want to copy them. The first one for subscribers, second one for followers. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Naughty Dog. And also on Friday, I will be in Yunsu's stream doing the last part of my horror screenplay. I will post that up on Discord when that's about to go live as well. So that's what's coming up. Everyone have a good rest of your week, and I will see you next time.
Thanks for checking out my channel. Do whatever you want. Live your life. Hope you're happy in your body. Much love to you. And see you around.